To unlock Shaw, you need to complete 3 steps. The first step is you need to find the alchemy set. The second step is that you need to kill or down and then finish 2 enemies with either Wraith Fire or Acid Bombs. And the third and final step is you just need to finish the game with the alchemy set in your inventory. While all of this sounds pretty easy, I'm here to tell you this is probably the hardest character to unlock in Blackout, and this is coming from a guy who's unlocked every other character in Blackout. I've got Reznov, I've got Mason, I've got Woods. Take a look at the screen right now, those are the trophies. 0.1% of players have gotten all of these characters, and I'm here to tell you that Shaw is probably the hardest. But what makes him so hard, and what can you do about it? We're going to talk about all that today. There's no silver bullet to completing this mission easily, but there are a lot of Call of Duty fundamentals that you can follow to unlock this character. And in the background, you get to enjoy several of my Shaw fails that I've had, because this character is just so frustrating. To accomplish that first step, what you need to do is you need to go to a location with zombies, and then either from a random zombie drop or from the mystery box, you need to acquire the alchemical set. The spawn rate on this item is crazy low, and that's really a big part of what makes this challenge so difficult. You have to go to a location with zombies, kill a bunch of zombies, and then you don't even get a shot at it. So that's something I really think that Treyarch should do, is they should increase the drop rate on this alchemy set, but that's not the only thing you have to collect. You're also going to need a whole bunch of acid bombs and wraith fires, and that just adds to the difficulty of this particular character unlock because it's going to use up a lot of your inventory space. And that's if you can find enough acid bombs and wraith fires to complete the challenge. In the gameplay where I finally unlocked this character, I think I was down to my last wraith fire. Playing with friends with microphones is really helpful here because you can just ask them, "Hey buddy, you got an acid bomb for me? I'll give you a grenade for it." So that's another one of my big tips, is to play with friends whenever possible. By the way, if you are lacking friends on PS4, feel free to join the Amidio 602 PS4 community. That's just a really cool place where subscribers gather, so you can help each other out on challenges like this one. It's also worth mentioning that on the Alcatraz map, it's possible for zombies to drop the alchemy set, and since there are a lot more kills to go around in Alcatraz, that might be a good useful tip for you. It's also worth noting that if you're playing one of the respawn game modes, such as Alcatraz or Hot Pursuit, then there's a chance you'll be able to get your alchemy set back to continue the challenge. However, I had troubles getting acid bombs and wraith fires in Alcatraz, so my preferred place for this particular challenge would be the Asylum or the Graveyard. And the reason I say the Asylum or the Graveyard is because they both can spawn zombies, they're both very close together, and if by some miracle you do get the alchemy set, you can go loot the other location real quick or kill some enemies that have already looted it to get that many more acid bombs and wraith fires. Acid bombs are kinda nice, they work just like sticky grenades, except I feel like their damage, or maybe it's the damage radius, I'm not really sure, is just a little bit lower than the Semtex, so think of it as kind of a weak sticky grenade. Keep in mind that if you stick a vehicle with the acid bomb, there's a pretty good chance you're going to down the driver and maybe some passengers too. So if you get really lucky with a really lucky acid bomb, and you got really lucky and got the really, you get the idea. If a car happens to be driving past you and you happen to have the acid bomb equipped, then you might get lucky and get this challenge done a lot quicker than me. The Wraith Fire I've found is pretty much useless, and so I would strongly recommend taking an acid bomb over a Wraith Fire any day of the week. The Wraith Fire is a very weak version of a Molotov, and your best bet with getting anyone with a Wraith Fire is to wound them first and then throw the Wraith Fire at them when they're behind cover. I definitely wouldn't recommend throwing a Wraith Fire at an enemy with full health because chances are he's just going to run right out of those blue flames. Another good strategy is to try to third-party a group that's already engaged. You or your teammates can also carry some stun grenades and try to stun enemies to make them easier to hit with the Wraith Fire or the Acid Bomb. Using perks such as Dead Silence and Mobility can also help you flank around behind the enemy, which can give you the opportunity to get behind them for an easy kill. I played a ton of games where I got one enemy down with a Wraith Fire or an Acid Bomb or whatever, and then I just ran out of inventory. And I even had one game where I had already gotten one kill with an acid bomb, and then I got hit markers with the Wraith Fire on the final enemy. And because I was screwing around with all this equipment, I ended up getting second place. It was terrible. If you do manage to unlock Shaw, then let me know in the comments down below. I've got a couple of other great Call of Duty tips, tricks, and tactics videos on the screen right now, and I'd encourage you to check those out and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed today's video. Hit that like button on your way out, and as always, thank you very much for watching.